Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Light 360. Light 360. This is the inspiring show that that comes to you almost every day of the week at this time, 2 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. GMT, and we focus on telling the stories of inspiring individuals. You listen to their stories, ordinary people like you and I, but that God is working in their lives, working with God in the fulfillment of their purpose, making an impact. And in listening to their stories, you also get inspired to go ahead and live God's purpose and God's plans for you. So I am really, really excited again to be back. It's been a very powerful week with all the wonderful individuals that have come this week. And season 2 has been so powerful, about 5 or 6 weeks now that we have been coming with different stories. It's just amazing that these stories just never end. More and more people. It's just exciting what God is doing in our world. God is stirring people up to purpose. God is stirring up people to follow him and to make a difference in the world. So, that's what the Light 360 is about. So I thank those who are joining us already. We're streaming on Facebook, on my official page, Dr. Gregory Land, and on my personal page. We're also streaming on Periscope, YouTube, and Instagram. So I'm going to follow, try and follow the different pages, Instagram, see what's going on there as we're talking. And also, those of you that are watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you will be able to, if you post a comment under the video, we will be able to see directly here in this conversation, so that we can interact with what you are posting. So I want to encourage people to post and to be part of it. Also, I want to ask you, please share this video, share it on your page, spread the word. Let's somebody get blessed, with this story. You don't know, who is going to be blessed with this story. All the people that we have had so many, testimonies of, somebody just coming there and coming into the show and then just getting something, just one nugget from what they are saying. And that's what just made a difference in their lives at that time. So there are several testimonies like that. So I know this is going to be exciting too. So we have someone coming up today, very impressive young man. I met him, I think about 2 years ago. I think it's about 2 years ago when we had the Leading Lights in Lagos, Nigeria. He came for the Leading Lights and, participated in the Leading Lights training. And, since then we have been in touch. I always like to keep in touch with people that I meet who are making a difference in their world. People that, inspire me. I always want to keep in touch and, just see how they're doing and see, what can be done to expand that. So we have kept in touch. He has kept in touch too. He's a wonderful young man, and you're going to get to meet him. He's a man of purpose, loves God, loves Christ, and he has a strong passion for the underserved, the underprivileged, especially the young ones. He's one of those young ones that God, is using to change the story of Africa. To change the story of Africa, God gave him an awesome idea to invest in the next generation, which he stepped out and began to do it with his team. He's the founder of Chess in Slums Africa. Let me say that again, Chess in Slums Africa. So he's using chess, teaching kids how to play chess, and using that to teach them about life and leadership skills. And he's been doing that in going from school to school in Nigeria and, going to different slums and, doing that. And, he has a vision of actually taking this to the rest of Africa. I know people are watching us from different parts of Africa. So this is coming to your country. So however you want to make it happen, we're going to get his contact at the end of the show so you can reach out to him. But this is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to hearing the story of how this awesome idea started. He's also the principal at the Ideas Hub company. So we're going to hear more about that, about Ideas Hub. I believe that people who are either in the business sphere or people who you have a mission to start a nonprofit, to run a nonprofit, to run an NGO, or run a business, you're going to be inspired by stories. It's a story of entrepreneurship. It's a story of compassion. It's a story of love. It's a story of following God and following Christ. So without wasting any more time, I'm going to be bringing on stage right now our guest for today in the person of Mr. Ahmed Kabir. Welcome to Light 360, Ahmed.
Thank you, Pastor Lam. Good to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see you again and everybody that have joined. And I'm sure that we're all going to be inspired by my story, how I got to where I am today, to the glory of God.
Awesome. Thank you. First of all, let me say congratulations to you on your baby. You just had a baby. How long ago? Some days ago, right?
Like 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
Awesome. Yeah, 3 weeks ago. Congratulations to you. And your baby's name is my son's name, Jesse.
Wow.
Why did you choose that name? That's a very powerful name,
Yeah. Let me say I got that name basically from you actually when I connected with you. So I was taking a very close, following you up. So I just saw the family. I just said, this is what I want, So I went to study about JC himself, I studied about him. And the name was just a name that just aligned with my story. Just God has been my source.
Yes.
All the things I've gotten, so far has been a gift from God.
Yeah, so that's why I named him Jesse. It means gift of God. Also means wealthy one. Gift. It's a rich, bountiful gift from God. That's what it means. And thank God.
So I just told my wife, this is the name we're going to name this boy when he comes to the world. And we both agreed to prayed about it. And yes, I was
awesome. I look forward to meeting Jesse one of these days.
Sure.
Either somewhere in Africa or in the US when you come over here with the family. I look forward to meeting him. Yeah. Awesome. So I know it must be a busy time for you with your baby. Yeah.
Yes.
It must be a busy time. So thanks for joining us. I know it's it's probably about 8 o'clock or so, past 8 in Nigeria. Yeah, but thank you for joining us. So let's get to our discussion today. So my first question, that's the first question I usually ask everybody that comes on when we start is, who are you? Who is Ahmed Kabir? Tell us about yourself.
Ahmed Kabir is, I'll just put it this way, I'm a strategist. I'm the founder of Ideas Hub Limited and also Chess Islam Africa. And I'm also a husband, somebody's father, uncle. So somebody's boss. Let me put it that way. I'm just a strategist, and I'm born right here in Lagos, Nigeria. I grew up in Lagos. I did my education here in Lagos. I was born in, let me just say, more like a slum community, kind of. Olodi Apapa, that was where I was born.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I know you have similar.
Oh, yes, I'm from the great Papa Shafa Agege, Lagos.
Agege, Lagos. So,
yes.
So that was where I was born. That was where my life took, my first 10, 14 years started from. So that was where I decided what I wanted from life and what I want to become. Although I had a Muslim background, I must say that to everyone. So I have a Muslim background. So I already knew from the family of 6, I'm the last born.
Okay.
But it was actually a rough journey. It has been a rough journey. So I'm sure my story will inspire a lot of people when I start sharing some things
All
I've
right,
been
let's get to it. So you said something interesting. You came from a Muslim background and
yeah,
you grew up in a slum, kind of a
yeah,
slum.
yeah.
Tell us about that. How was the experience as
Okay,
growing up a Muslim, growing up in the slum? Yeah.
okay. My father is born Muslim, and Aladi, and my mom also. I'm from Auchi, Edo State.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm from. So they are both Muslims. So when I'm growing up, I discovered they were Muslim. So I
Mm-hmm.
practiced that a bit. But at a point, my association, the people I was associating with, my friends, my neighbors, they were
Mm-hmm.
Christians,
Yeah.
and I love the way they carry themselves, the kind of family they came out from, how they relate with people. So those are my association.
Mm-hmm.
So going back, I went to an Arabic school. My dad had
Mm.
to put me in an Arabic school.
Wow.
After school, I had to
Mm-hmm.
go, from 4 to 6 every day. But I was
Mm-hmm.
just doing that to just please him, because I
Mm-hmm.
knew very well at that point this is not what I want to do with my life. I knew very well, so I didn't really understand Arabic at all. I
Mm-hmm.
was just there. Just know that one day it will get to a point where I had to choose what I want to do for my life, what I want to become. So I was there. So when it passed on in 2004, you know, so my mom was just my mom. So I was still the last born, like I said. So my older sister really started converting gradually, because all of us grew up from that neighborhood, and
Mm-hmm.
the Islamic thing wasn't in the family. You can only see that with
Mm-hmm.
my mom and my dad.
Mm-hmm.
But my other siblings would just put it in their face as if they were practicing that, but they weren't. So I was the only one left. So at the point when it passed on, I was still just trying to please my mom, because she wanted me to be a very strong, Arabic person, Muslim
Mm-hmm.
person. So I saw all of that in her, that, but I knew I'm going to disappoint this woman if if I don't do what she wants. So but at that point, like, I have to watch and just see what happened. So I was in school then. In 2010, she passed on.
Mm-hmm.
She passed on in 2010.
Yeah.
So at this point, so I was left alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my siblings, they're all married.
Mm-hmm.
I was still young. So
Mm-hmm.
I said, I had to do this now.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do this now. So we left Apapa
Mm-hmm.
to somewhere more like a Jari now,
Mm-hmm.
Magodo Jari.
Yeah.
It's like where government research area now.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was there, also I met a couple of friends again. I made a lot another association, and I
Mm-hmm.
found out that these same people I met at that point were
Mm-hmm.
still Christians,
Mm-hmm.
and they still keep to they just hippie, they love God, they did that. I said I have to do this now.
Mm-hmm.
I have to just do this now.
Mm-hmm.
So I met a friend. His name is Kelechi Choma. You might be watching now. He's
Mm-hmm.
my friend, and he's
Mm-hmm.
also a church person. The
Okay.
Christian, yeah. So he was a cell leader in Daystar.
Okay. That's my
So he,
pastor's
yeah.
uh,
So
the
so
church my
he
pastor's.
yes. I'm trying to take it to the journey how I got to Daystar. I met Pastor
Yeah.
Sam. So he
Mm-hmm.
was he was a cell leader in Daystar. So
Mm-hmm.
we met through someone who connected both of us. So
Mm-hmm.
we talked and everything. So one day he just called me. He said, I've watched you. I see that there's some things in you. You have stuff in you, but I just think, I don't know. He was just being diplomatic with it, that I want to invite you to my church. I just think it's a place that you can function well, you can find your bar. Like, what's this guy saying? I said, this guy. At that point, I was still trying to look for which church will I join, which fellowship
Mm-hmm.
will I join. Still trying to just decide, but haven't, been able to pick what I actually want. I knew I was going to be, take up Christianity as my own faith and all of that.
Yeah.
But I was still trying to be sure of what I want. And all these guys, I know they want member in their church. I know these guys just trying to just those to come to the church. So he said it the first day. I just said that I'm going to get back to him and all of that. So the second time I invited him. So it was the watch night service, from 2010, 2011 was night service.
Okay.
I watched Pastor Sam on TV and all of that. So he said I would like the place. I should just go. So I followed him. So when I got to Daystar, when I stepped to Daystar, the gate of Daystar, I felt peace, inner peace. So we walked from the gates to the auditorium. So he took me around, met a couple of people. Oh, this person is this. This guy does this. So at that point, I haven't even started the program with schools. I was still trying to be sure what I want to do in my life. At that point, I was just left alone. So my siblings were calling, what do I want to do now? That I should let them know what I want to do. So I was just trying to be calm. I'm like, okay, fine. So we got to the church service, and then Pastor Sam came to the podium to share the message for the year and all of that. So I was just seated. And like he finished talking. I said, this guy is talking to me. So I was speaking to myself that I think I'm okay here. I think I'm okay here. There's a reason why this guy booked me. So he wasn't saying anything to me because we're sitting close to ourselves. So I could relate to the message. I could flow with Reverend Sam's message and all of that. It was about how to move from point A to B, but the message was timely. So after the service, like, oh, wow, I told him, you got me. You got me down. So he was so happy. So we left. So the following Sunday, we started going to church and all of that. So that was where I got saved.
Wow.
That was where I got saved.
Thank God for your friend. Thank God for your friend. Thank God for people like that will fulfill the work of the evangelist. Invite someone, come. There's power in invitation.
Yeah. So what then happened when I joined Daystar? So the same guy. So there was this fellowship. So I brought a fellowship to my house.
Okay.
So you can use my house for the fellowship. I can't code scriptures. I can't code Bible verses. But what I would help you guys to do, I'll make sure I'll arrange the place before everybody comes. I'll clean the chairs, make sure it's comfortable. So during the fellowship, the cell leader will come, have a thing, then I'll pack all the chairs back. So I was doing that. I was learning, I was listening. So at the point, there was a time where the same cell, the person that was leading that particular cell, traveled. So they needed someone to head that fellowship. They couldn't find anybody. And he just walked up to me and he just said, I know you can lead this fellowship. You are the next leader in the church. I said, no, please.
Wow.
God, don't put me on that spot. Don't put me there. For the fact that you see me arrange chairs, I'm always punctual, doesn't mean I'm ready for this position. Let me just learn. I'm just still coming from. He said, no, I've watched you. And I said, okay, don't worry, I'll always support you. You will be the leader of the cell. I'll support you. Whatever you need, whatever we need to discuss, we will discuss whatever you need to discuss for that day. And then when you are leading, I'll always support you. Don't worry. Because I told him that I won't want someone who will be in the cell who will not ask me a biblical question I won't be able to respond to. That I won't want that kind of thing. Let me grow. So he said no. So he started building me up, and from there I just took everything just went. So I rose from there to become a section leader in this staff.
Wow.
So now I'm now a section leader in this. And that particular year, I think the following year, I won the best cell leader
in
our area.
Wow.
So my
Awesome.
story was just all
Okay.
over the church. It was just
Yeah.
all over the church. I met some senior pastors in the church. They had a chat. They chatted with me. They wanted to know how I did it because what we did, I was so creative with the cell system.
Tell me about what you did. What did you do?
Okay, what I did, they needed to grow. They needed to grow the cell.
Mhm.
You understand? And they were doing it the normal way. So I sat down with my friend. I said, I've studied this environment. What I've found is that for us to bring these people to God, we must use what they like
Mm.
to get them. So I
Yeah.
found out that they love football. They
Mm.
play football. They can play football every day. So it
Mhm.
was during summer break. I said, you know what we do? We will organize a street tournament.
Mm.
So each street will provide 4 players
Mhm.
and then we'll have all of them.
Mm.
So before we go to the pitch, we come to the fellowship, we take our number, preach the gospel, then we'll move on to the pitch. Because the pitch where we play football is not too far from where I live.
Okay.
So what
Mhm.
we now did, we now have when we started,
Mhm.
that year will be the year I won the best selling leader of best selling of the year. We
Mhm.
recorded over 300 members from
Wow. That's a church.
50.
No?
That's the church. That's the church already. So what happened? The whole community, the whole community
Mhm.
started coming to the field.
Mm.
We did medals. We bought trophies. Those guys. It was just as what has happened.
Mhm.
The guy now came to me and said, "This is what I was saying about you when I met you.
Mhm.
There was something about you that I noticed,
Mm.
but you have to just be in the right place to bring out those gifts.
Yeah.
You are creative. You are
Mhm.
a strategist. I've
Yeah.
seen it. The day I met you, I know.
Yeah.
Look how we grew." They said, because I won the best leader. He also won the best section leader that same
Mhm.
year, just because of that tournament we did. Then I told him that there's something I found. I practice Islam. Now I'm coming to Christianity.
Mhm.
I've tested both. They
Yeah.
both have their own principles.
Mhm.
Now, what I did was to bring the two principles that I've learned in Christianity and Islam together. And I
That's a,
started thinking,
that's a very interesting thing. Tell me
yeah,
what the principles you learned in Islam. That's I'd like to know that.
okay. Now, growing up,
Mhm.
is I was taught a lot, growing up Islamic way. Now, one of the key things about Islam himself is about respect and love.
Mm.
You understand? Respect and love and showing compassion to people. So
Mm.
people will do anything for you when you respect them. And
Mm.
there's something they say that Allah will bless you when you show compassion to someone who truly needs something
Mm.
genuinely, you
Mm.
know. So what I found in Christianity when I came to Christianity, I
Mm.
just found discipline,
Mm.
you know, and basic principles of God. When you need something, this is what you need to do. So I
Mm.
just brought what I've learned from Islam
Yeah.
and brought this, and I just put the two together, and the thing just blew up. So
Mm.
till today, what I notice is that we are all the same. You
Mm.
understand? But if we can just know that you have something I need, you
Mm.
also have something I need, the world will be a better place.
Mm.
But we're just looking at both religion and
Mm.
maybe competition kind of no. When I told him that with this thing you can conquer anything in the world,
Mm.
with this principle I've shared, I just
Mhm.
said this is what I used
Mm.
because those guys just needed somebody who will genuinely love them
Mm.
and respect them for who they are.
Mhm.
They're
Mhm.
just boys on the street who plays football, who don't
Yeah.
have anywhere to go to. So we provided what they love, we provided food,
Mhm.
we provided gospel
Mhm.
also. So the thing will
Mhm.
blow up. So
Yeah.
then we created a whole section from that event,
Mhm.
with smaller cell system and all. So
Mhm.
when I did that, I started getting attention.
Mm.
So now at that point, I've not started the school program. you know. So the guy was not telling me that everybody wants to talk to you,
Mm,
everybody wants to know you. You
mm,
know, I just told him that I understand what is happening, but I need to build capacity to be able to handle what is coming.
mm,
I'm already sensing something, but
mhm,
I need to learn a lot of things, get information, read books, build myself.
mm,
Because
mm,
people want to hear me talk. People want to hear me, want to know how I came about this.
mhm,
And once they know that, oh, this guy had capacity to do other things, you know, you build a whole new association. So I just told him that I knew all of these things. Even
mm,
while coming from having a Islamic background, I knew that when
mm,
something like this happens, you will attract men. So it's in the Bible, so in Christianity, that the man who is skillful will not
mm.
stand
Before
beside
me.
men,
Mm.
he will stand before kings.
Yeah.
Now once they notice that you have something,
Mhm,
people will start drawing close to you. But
mm.
this is just one that that I've just experimented. There's so much more.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm,
so but let's just keep moving. Till today, we are so close. We are
mm,
family friends.
mm,
He was in my house during the naming. We do things together. We run the same program. But
mm,
we're just together today. It's over
mhm.
a decade now. We've
Yeah.
known ourselves, and we are still in the same church. We do
Mm,
things together, and
yeah.
God has been faithful.
Yeah. Very good. So,
Hallelujah.
we all know that living with Christ is not a religion. There are many religions in the world. And
Absolutely.
just like what you said, there are different good stuff that you can pick from this one, pick from that one, right? I mean, you can pick some things, some disciplines, different things, if you are perhaps been in different things like that. But the distinguishing thing now is that walking relationship with Jesus Christ. Like
Yeah.
when we give our heart to Jesus, which
Yeah.
transcends religion, is
Absolutely.
walking with God. So I just wanted to ask you a quick question on that before we move on. That what was the being a Muslim before, coming to Daystar and hearing about Christ? What was it that drew you into Christ, apart from the people? But what was it
Yeah.
that brought you into a relationship? And how is your relationship with Christ now?
Okay, it's awesome because I found out that when I gave my life to Christ, but what drew me to Christ, I just saw that I could relate more. Yeah, I could
Mm,
communicate with God better, better with Christianity. Because I wasn't so good with Arabic,
mm,
because for you to really communicate with Allah, you have to be Arabic. You have to understand Arabic. You have to speak it. So I couldn't memorize those things. I couldn't pick them. It's not something I could run with. I knew because I knew how my sensory coding is. So
mm,
I saw Christianity like something that I can practice well. I can read and understand.
mm,
So when I came, I first find out that okay, these are the rules. If you
mm,
can stick to the rules and principle, you will get this.
mm,
So I said, okay, I think I'm cool with this. So it's
mm.
left for me now to ensure that I keep to the rules of God, principles of God, to get what I want to get. And so far, God has been faithful to me. You know, all of the things I've achieved so far, at times I just look at, oh, how did I get here? Well, I can still narrow it down to God.
Mhm,
My relationship with Him, giving me ideas, giving me, solutions to problems. You know, it's just something that I can't just take for granted. I communicate with God to get whatever I want, whatever I need, and it comes true for me. I've seen it happen. So it's not something that I would joke with.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's not something I would joke with. So I've tested it, I've seen it happen.
Mhm,
There are proofs.
mhm.
So it's just awesome all the way. It's
Awesome.
just
Thank you.
it's just good.
So you discover there's a part of you, that idea part, creative part, right?
Yeah.
You discovered that. How did you then get into chess and all this, entrepreneurship and all that? Tell us more of your journey. What's your professional background?
Okay. I studied sociology in university. That's what I study, and of course, I also did a bit of professional in marketing and sales. Apparently, I'm doing my MBA at the University of what's it called now? School of Business and Management, United Kingdom. So
Okay.
apparently doing that now. So afterwards, I'll go for my PhD. So basically, apart from the knowledge I've gained through education and all of that, because there was a time I just know that to break into the system we run here, you need a supernatural idea from on high to be
Mm-hmm.
able to get through. Because when human ability fails, God's ability will never fail. So growing up in the slum, like I said, where I grew up, and so that's where I first saw chessboard growing up. I think I was about 10, 11. And the guys that play chess in my
Mm-hmm.
community
Yeah.
are the people are the people that we call the touch guys,
Mm-hmm.
the touch bros. There are very few.
Yeah.
And we have the other people who play drafts. You have a
Mm-hmm.
low lot of crowds there.
Yeah, we call
So
that
all
chess.
sort
Yeah. We call
yeah.
drafts in the US. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you have all those people there play. So I now look, but it's also that my attention is always going towards this other set of people that
Mm-hmm.
play chess. They can just be three, four of them, just playing quietly, laughing, gisting, having good conversations. Then the other side, you be hearing a whole lot of noise, and they are talking. Probably they are not wearing shirts. They are old men, So I wasn't attracted to draft. So I said, okay. I started going close to watching them play chess.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll chase me away. Like, please excuse us here, please. Just go. But I won't go. I'll still walk like some step back, and I'll be watching. Some of them are my elder brother's friends. They were in school. When they are back from school, that's what they do. Like there's something about this game. So I started going closer. So one day, one of them called me that why is it that anytime you're always around us? Why I say I just like the way you guys play and the conversations you have. I'm just learning. I said, okay, good. I should sit down. So I sat down, watched them play. He just told me about it, that this is a game of life.
Mm-hmm.
You want to succeed in life, this is what you need to learn. So when I heard that, if you want to succeed in life, you need to learn this game. And I want to succeed. I said, okay. And I want to succeed. I said, okay, let me just learn. So I started learning, the step gradually. So it was very difficult at that point. I'm like, no, this thing is making me, I can't really, it's mentally challenging. So he said I should take it easy, that I will understand this thing with time. So what then now happened? So after that, after school, I kept learning it. So I met a couple of guys who have the same interest. So when I left Apapa to Magodo, I met some other guys who also played chess, just for fun, and Scrabble also. So when I now met that, that my friend I told you that invited me to Daystar and all of that, so he was also doing the same. Like there must be something about this thing. So we started playing it. There was a day we were playing, we were in his house, we were playing. So you now get to my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a pause. I was just looking to a particular direction for like about for some minutes. So he knew I was lost in thoughts. So he's just like, it's your turn to play. So I said, oh. So when I'm about to play, I just said, do you know we can take these things to schools
Yeah.
and just see how we can create something around it? But just like an idea of an idea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so so we've not really fine-tuned it very well. He said, that's true. Why do you intend to do it? You have come with all this your crazy idea. I said,
Mhm.
I don't even know. But I just know that this thing can be done, we can take it to school. You say, which school do you want to take it to? We didn't listen to you. All these are people that don't even understand stuff like what this kind of thing will do. So what then happened? That day I went home. I started meditating on it that this thing is adding up.
Mm,
This thing is adding up. But we just need to tweak this thing a bit. But I'm
mm,
not getting it. But I
mm,
know that this thing, there's something about this thing. So
mm,
I went to him again. Say, this thing, I thought about this thing. Let's just see how, we can let's just try, let's just see. So
mm,
what then now happened? He was working with an XMS company,
mhm,
and then he had to market SMS to a particular school. I don't want to mention the school name here for some
mm,
certain reason. One of the big school in Lagos, Nigeria.
mhm,
So he went there to market SMS service to the school because he was working with an SMS company to market SMS company to me. Then he found one of his teacher, a secondary school teacher,
mhm,
working in that school. And then the woman just saw him like, wow, are you not Kilichi? What are you doing here? So I'm just here to market this SMS service where I work and everything. And they followed me to my office. He now followed the teacher to our office. They got talking. And I said, there's something we need in this school. And I've been thinking,
mm,
who, how to contact. We need somebody who know about chess and Scrabble.
mm,
We want the children to start learning chess.
mm,
So he just went, I know we can do it now. I know that I have someone, me and my friend, we can get this done. He's not, so are you sure? But she was the director of academics at that time. That if are you sure what you're saying? Because I would want to bring in something that you've
mhm,
not done before to
mm,
bounce on me, and I won't want any problem. He said, man, there won't be any problem. Okay,
mm,
what will happen? Because he's also a smart guy. I said, what will
mhm,
happen is we'll do it for free first. We'll do it for free. And if people like it, then we'll take it from there. So he came home.
mhm,
He came home, he called me to his house. He said, look, I was here today. This is what happened. And then he said he was just saying they are looking for. I said,
mm,
I told you what I saw while I was sitting down with you. Actually, when I was playing with him, I saw myself playing with a child
mm,
with uniform. I like then I came back to my normal. I said, what's going on here? I just saw something. So
mm,
he now told me that this is what does happen. So what do we do now? We need to go there to do a presentation next week. We need to come up with a proposal. We need to do it. We need to come up with a plan. I said, okay, no problem. Just give me 2 days.
mm,
Let me just see what I can work on. So as a young boy, we just left school. We
mhm,
just had to just put something together that would just present. Okay, we can actually do this thing. So we just put something together. Told them who we were, the schools we went to,
mhm,
what we studied. Just something very simple to say. Okay, we went to school after all.
yeah,
We are not just street boys. So we
mm,
went. So she saw it. She saw what we've drafted. So she started very nice. I can never forget that day in my life. She saw it like, okay, you guys are written well. She make a bit of correction. Say, take this out, leave this, take this out, put this. So we went back, made the correction, brought it back, then she submitted it. Then we were called for a presentation to say, okay, tell us how you're going to do this thing. So we prayed about it. That okay, God, if this is your will, let it be done. So we went there, we did what we could do, and they said, okay, we like what you guys are saying. You guys are smart, you can see. That's the MD talking. You can
mhm,
see that you guys know what you want to do. Okay, can you give us a free trial for a term?
mm,
Then if we like it, if we see that what you guys are doing or do will make sense, then we can then now discuss how much we pay you guys and everything. I said, sure, we can. So we did it for a whole town for
wow,
free, and today the rest is history. So
wow,
we are now we are covering over 50 schools in Lagos, over 50 schools
Wow.
in Lagos, Port
Wow.
Harcourt, Port Harcourt, Abuja. You know,
Mm,
where now we're employing people to work for us, so
yeah.
we have to structure it well.
Mm,
We went to acquire skill. I
mm-hmm.
went to Digital Leadership Academy to get
Yeah.
more knowledge. So we
Mm-hmm.
started studying.
Mm-hmm.
That's how our career just took off.
Wow.
You
So
know,
what do you teach with chess? What are some things that you teach these kids? So you entered into the school,
yeah,
started teaching the kids how to play chess, and then translating it to life skills, right?
yeah,
What are
yeah.
the skills that chess teaches a young?
Okay, basically the school program actually is a curriculum-based program. So
Mm,
what we use the program to achieve basically is to develop the mental and physical organization of each child,
mm,
to unlock the growth potentials of each child and teach them basic principles about life through chess. So
mm,
they are going to learn social skill, they are going
mm,
to learn emotional intelligence, analytical thinking, and of
mm-hmm,
course leadership skills.
mm,
So we use this to teach them every single day we go into the schools.
mm,
Okay, and then we organize competitions also, tournament for the children to see that okay,
mm,
there's a prize for doing well. So then, and we have tremendous
mm.
results and testimony to
Yeah.
show for.
We'll
And
talk about that one shortly, but I think I need you to see that. How does chess teach me life skill? Give me an example of how chess can teach me a life skill or
now,
leadership.
for instance, you can't. Okay, now for instance, you can't play chess all by yourself. All
Mm-hmm.
right, you have to play with someone. So
Yeah.
translating that to life is that you need people to do
Okay.
certain things. Relationships
Yeah.
are valid to
Yes.
success. So
Yes.
now respect,
Mm,
taking turns,
mm,
understanding each person's, excesses, you
mm.
know, understanding the next person, how the next person behave, their thought patterns. So
Yeah.
chess teaches you patience,
Yeah.
okay? Chess teaches you discipline,
Mm,
strategic planning,
yeah.
concentration.
Yeah.
These are the basic principles.
Using your assets very well. You know, the pawn,
Using,
the
yeah,
knight, the coin. You
the
don't spend
green,
your assets. You plan it
yeah,
strategically. Mm-hmm.
strategically, and patient also. With
Mm-hmm.
the time to sow, there's time to reap. So you have all of these things in
Mm-hmm.
life itself. So if you take that, attitude, you approach life with that attitude, right? You are
Mm-hmm.
going to excel. Then the other one that is so critical is it teaches you the mystery of capital.
Mm-hmm.
The mystery of capital, because when we talk about capital,
Mm-hmm.
people think capital is money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing that comes to that when you talk about capital is money. Capital is not money, and it
Mm-hmm.
can never be money.
Mm-hmm.
It is the injection of life into
Hmm.
the asset that you have to
Yeah.
generating surplus value.
Wow. Wow. That's powerful. That's
I'll take
powerful.
that again. I'll take
Mm,
that again. It is the
yeah.
injection of life into the asset that you have to
Mm,
generating surplus value. So
yeah.
what that tells you, it tells you that a tangible resource is more powerful
Yeah.
than tangible.
Mm,
It tells you
mm,
that you need to learn basic skill,
mm,
to experiencing for someone to experience a tremendous change, to experience a quantum leap.
mm.
You must do that by doing something that you've not done before, by
Yeah.
doing something, you learning a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, learning a skill will take you out. So all of these things are key life skills.
Yeah.
For a child to have this at the very early stage
Mm,
with the right guidance, you know
mm-hmm.
that this child, with the right guidance and environment, you know this child will succeed.
Yeah. Very good.
So,
Very good.
so that's what we are doing with the children basically, and with the schools that we work with. And there are a lot of results.
Mm,
Parents can see, school owners can testify, a whole lot that
yeah.
we've done. So this was just something that
Mm,
just came out from
mm.
that day.
Yeah. So we're still gonna talk more about the results in the life of the kid. But I wanted to talk to you. You
Okay.
came to Leading Light Lagos. What led you to Leading Light, and what was the impact of Leading Light on you?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to talk about that. It was just awesome. Really liked when I think you came to Accelerate conference at the
Elevation.
Elevation Church.
Mm.
So I saw at that time you also wrote a book, the
So the one is it the one for
immutable law, yes,
immutable laws of
immutable laws of relationship and all of that. Of course, that was what you talked about in your
yeah.
section. And
Mm-hmm.
I was driving on Third Mainland Bridge. I was on Third Mainland Bridge, and I saw the banner for the
Mm-hmm.
event, for the conference. That
Yeah.
was where I first saw your picture. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, I like this guy. So I was just telling him, I said, I like this guy. What's going on? Then I took my phone. I just checked your name. I said,
Mm-hmm.
okay, it's coming for a conference. Oh, I'll attend this conference. So that day you were going to speak,
Mm-hmm.
I was having a class in a school. I was also
Okay.
being in a school. So I
Okay.
couldn't come to Lekki. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, what will happen is I'm going to buy the CDs. So I went to the church. I bought the CD. I bought your book.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a day that was on Instagram. I just saw that you are coming to Lagos to do the day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
check. I just marked it. I told my I told my wife now who was there, my
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend there, that I'm going for this training. I told her about this guy. See how
Mm-hmm.
God just brought him to me. So I'll have opportunity to have one-on-one with him. We will talk and all of that. So that was where I saw the leader. So when I attended, what that gave me was just something. It's just like alignment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alignment. It just gave me alignment to make me discover who I am.
Yeah.
I was so happy I did that training. The
Mm-hmm.
training was just basically to say, this is the path
Yeah.
you are. You're
Mm-hmm.
on the right path. These are the
Yeah.
things you need to do. So at
Yeah.
that place, I found my purpose, I found my mission in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that whatever I do must
Mm-hmm.
be in line with my purpose and my values. So I
Yeah.
just find all of that
Yeah.
working well for me. And
Yeah.
so far, my life has never been the same since I started that training. So I
Yeah.
want to say anybody
Mm-hmm.
who's around where
Mm-hmm.
you are having that training should try and
Yeah.
attend. So
Thank you. Thank you. And it was so great to meet you there. You know,
yes,
yeah. Because one of the things that the Leading Lights training also does is that it connects people together. You know, we get to create
yes.
network, Leading Light network, and we stay
I
in touch
met
and start
I,
collaborating.
I
Yeah.
met a lot of people. Someone like Richard.
Yeah.
We do stuff together. I still spoke to him like some 3 weeks ago. Then
Awesome.
a couple of people, Ruby,
Yeah.
Peace,
Mhm.
Pastor Lumide. I met all those guys on that day, and
Mhm.
today we are still in touch. So
Yeah.
that's been good.
All right. So let's move on with the so Ideas Hub. Tell us about
Yeah.
Ideas Hub, your company, and
Okay.
then tell us about the impact of chess in slums. Like what you have seen, testimonials that you have gotten. So just you can just go and talk about both.
Okay, let me just quickly talk about Ideas Hub basically. Ideas Hub is just like a sanctuary for creativity and innovation. So that's where we create ideas. We come up with solutions for organizations, not just for school, but we translate the business. So we are into a bit of IT and education now. So we do a lot across board. Then with the testing, we have been able to use. We've taken it to the corporate environment where we use chess to teach management and strategy.
Wow,
And
that's amazing.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So we use that to help companies to align to increase productivity exponentially, to teach them productivity using chess, especially management. So we use chess to do that. We organize like a retreat,
Mm.
just put up a retreat for
I have
some
to ask you this
executives.
question. What does chess have to do with management?
like the thing is this: management is about science also,
Mm,
okay, and science is about life.
mm,
You understand? You can't take this away. So when you have those set of skills I mentioned before, it requires being, a prudent,
Mhm.
being strategic,
Mhm.
being able to, to be disciplined enough to take the
Mhm.
right decisions. So
Yeah.
you have all of this in chess. So when
Mhm.
we're teaching the management people, we don't teach them as we teach those in primary or secondary school. We
Mhm.
bring the marketplace to the table and use the chess piece to illustrate setting what about negotiations. You
Mhm.
have this company trying to do business with this company. When
Mhm.
they come to negotiation table, what are the things you need to look out for to be able to accept your terms and conditions to do business with this XYZ company? What will this company bring in the long run?
Yeah.
So we have all of these things in chess where you need
Mhm.
to sacrifice, you need to have internship.
Mhm.
So what will this internship guy be doing? So that your
Yeah.
pawns on the chessboard. So
Wow.
that's when you see companies having, you know, people coming to do internship.
Mm.
So there's something those people that do internship do for them for
You
a
need to write
certain period of
to
time.
write a book or something on this. So what chess teaches us about life?
Absolutely.
About life and leadership. You should write a book on it. Like what all those areas, all the different things, and how how you guys have been able to translate it into real. I would love to read it. If you write it, I would love to read it and spread it. So
Yes,
I think
it's just
that's a good idea.
it's yeah, it's something we're looking up to. So we want to gather a lot of content and see the progress, the impact that they especially in the corporate environment. So you have all those guys,
Mm-hmm.
there's certain things they do for the company. They're talking about the banking sector also. Now,
Mm-hmm.
when you get into a bank in Nigeria, they are the people you see in the counter, you understand, they have certain level of education
Mm-hmm.
and they must not hire somebody who have higher degree to do that job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So you
Mm-hmm.
have that on the chessboard.
Is your wife
Your
Toyosi? Is the name of your wife Toyosi?
yes, I saw she's
She posted in
she's
Instagram. She's like, you have to write that book.
she's she's online. She's watching in the other room.
Yeah.
So you have those guys.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot do. You can't take any other person to do that same job that have a higher this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So on the chessboard, there's certain things your pawns do,
Mm-hmm.
and on the chessboard, the pawn always only moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
They don't move backwards.
Mm-hmm.
They are the only piece on the chessboard that moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
What that tells you is that there are certain things you need to achieve in life. You need to take action.
Yeah.
You need to go for it.
Go
No
forward.
coming back. So
Mm-hmm.
once they move forward, you can't bring them back.
Can bring them back. Mm-hmm.
You can't bring them back. So how does that not translate to business? So there are
Mm.
certain business that you have to do your research before doing it. There are certain partnership you need to go into. You have
Yeah.
to be sure that this thing, not that you get into it and then
Mm-hmm.
you start complaining that, oh, I didn't know they have this.
Mm.
Now we need our money back. How are
Yeah.
we going to get our money? Those are little blunders we make on the
Yeah.
chessboard and in life also. So there's no
What-
gambling.
What's the lesson from the bishops?
Wow, the bishop is awesome, right? The bishop is awesome. The bishop is like, how will I put it? It's like someone, let me just put it like this, it's like someone who knows his worth,
Mm.
okay, who knows his worth, but decide to want to, have certain things to himself
Mm.
because of the powers that
Yeah.
he knows he has to move out,
Mm.
and to
Mm.
come back home
Mm. Mm.
also. So
Mm.
because of that ability, he
Mm.
tends to want to flex muscle. So that's why at times
Mm.
you see some certain people in life. Now they acquire material things to build their esteem.
Mm.
Okay. So that's why luxury things will always sell
Mm.
because people buy them to gain attention, to
Mm.
gain respect. But
Mm.
we know when that is gone,
Mm.
what is left?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is left?
Mm-hmm.
So it's better for we as humans to first of all build,
Mm.
inside. It's inside out.
Mm. Mm.
Inside out.
Mm.
So
Build inner cloud first.
first.
Like be
So
solid. Yeah.
be solid first. So
Mm-hmm.
not that those things are not good. We're not saying they are not good.
Yeah.
But when somebody sees that first,
Mm-hmm.
okay, fine, you've gained the respect. And they
Yeah.
come close to you and they hear you talk. And they
Yeah.
see there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 1 second. I need to make a programming note for those who are watching on Instagram. Instagram is going to go off in a few minutes, but we're going to come back on Instagram. We're still on Facebook and YouTube and all that, but we'll come back again so you begin to see us again. So what about the night? What is the
Night.
lesson from the night?
Night. The night is a special piece on the chessboard. So we actually call it the horsey, the one that look like it's the only piece that can jump over
Mm-hmm.
another piece,
Mm-hmm.
and the one that can also come back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll first of all translate it to organization, and I'll bring it to let's start with organization now. There are some certain people in an organization who have the connect. Okay, they have resources, they know people, they
Mm-hmm.
can pull strings. Maybe a
Mm-hmm.
company needed to do something in a particular region, they must have one or two persons in that place. We'll just pull a call through for you that, oh, our company is coming to your state, we want to come and establish there, so we need you to help us. So the person has that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he can pull that for you. You
Mm-hmm.
have it in your team. They're always inside. That one person that knows how to organize things will tell you, oh, you want to do this. I know somebody in the Lagos state government who can help you do this. So they are always there. So
Yeah.
they beat the walls for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it gets to your head. So
Wow.
it gets to your head that, oh, they will come and call me.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
will come to help them to do this when they are ready. They've not gotten to that point.
Mm.
So it gets to them. So
Mm.
that's the night for you. So
Mm.
how it relates to life also. There are certain people who they know a lot of people.
Mm.
They know a lot of people. They tell you they know this person, they know this person. But you see that their life is not improving.
Mm.
But they tell you they know XYZ person, they bring out pictures to show you. But you
Mm-hmm.
see, if you know this person,
Mm.
you shouldn't be here.
Mm.
Based on all of these people that you say you know, at least
Mm-hmm.
it's not that bad. They
Mm.
will probably link you up if you have stuff.
Mm.
You can't just know these people and still remain here. So that's the night for you.
Okay.
Because it can jump over another piece and it can jump forward, it can move back also, it can move anywhere. It's only piece that can jump.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the night for you. So
Yeah.
now, not that those kind of people are not good,
Mm.
but the thing is, you need to know when to use them.
Yeah. You need to know where to land too. When
When
you
to,
drop,
yeah,
you know where to
yeah.
land.
So
Yeah.
it's like, so the thing is this: you need to know how to use them so that when they jump, when they
Mm-hmm.
make that call for you,
Yeah.
they get what they want.
Yeah.
You get what you want from them. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the night. That's
Wow.
just how the night is.
Wow. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn from the chessboard. Man. What about the king and the queen? Let's end with that. The king and the queens.
Oh, the king. The king is just someone, he's like the father in the house. He's like a king. Let me just put it like a king in the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do much. They do all things for them. You can't say the king going to the market to buy stuff that I want to cook. No, they do that for him. You will see everybody running. Oba is coming. They will tout the road. They will carry everything. You understand what I'm saying? They will carry everything for him and everything. But you see the queen. The queen
Mm-hmm.
is just like the woman in your life. You know, who protects, who just guide the husband, who ensure that, oh, I can't just leave him alone. I have to watch over him. The
Mm-hmm.
woman can go anywhere, can go extra mile for you if you
Mm-hmm.
treat her well.
Mm-hmm.
Just basic principle that you can just take
Mm-hmm.
from the chessboard and apply it to your everyday life and your business also. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody on the chessboard at the end of it, every piece on the chessboard at the end of the day are very important. So, in other words, people around you, nobody is an island, but you just need to be able to identify which person you keep a close inner circle. You know that everybody here have the ability to do things for you, and you know where and when to reach out to them and maintain a very good relationship with them. That's it.
Awesome. Wow, very, very good. I'm sure there's a lot more that we can learn from the chessboard. Yeah, getting me to that point of wanting to start playing chess, a lot. I used to play chess a lot, I used to play a lot that chess will be, I'll be seeing moves in my head, but for some time now, I've not played chess, but you're just, sparking up my interest all over again. All this, chess is good. Chess is is a good it's a good game for the brains. To strategize, to plan. You have to plan many moves ahead.
So it just tells you. Yes, it just tells you that in life you must have more than one plan to getting things done.
Yes,
so you can't be stuck halfway. You must to ensure that if they didn't work, I already have this in place.
You have plan B, plan C, plan D.
So we're ready. You know what I'm saying? We're ready to take this thing on, and you have ways to attain that. So during I didn't share something. I need to share something. So during COVID, when the school were locked, I know some people that are watching now might be asking, like, they'll be wondering, what did we do that in that period where the schools are, where children are home and everything. So we're able to leverage on technology. So we created, a platform where we can still teach them online in real time. So I think I sent that to you at the point. So the children didn't really miss much. So we're able to quickly innovate, which is what the Ideas Hub is about. Quickly innovate and switch and
so they could log in there and then play chess online
in real time. So you can just see, you can play with other kids from all over the world. You can just connect.
Wow.
We just took it to another level and ensure that the training.
That's on your website, right?
Yes, ideashub.com.
Yeah, so people can check that out. Your kids can get in there.
Yeah.
Ideas Hub in with a Y, with a I, right?
Y. HY.
Yeah. Ideashub.com.
Yeah.
So I think somebody will help us put it there. So the one that says that you are live professionals, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just let me see if I can show it to our audience. So if you go to ideashub.com, see, I'm going to show it quickly to you. So that is the website, right?
Yeah.
So, and then in your project,
people just click on classes.
Okay, when you click on classes.
Okay, so that's where you come in. So create a password and username for you.
Wow.
So you get to learn a whole lot.
Wow. This is amazing. This is amazing. So, and anybody can go there from any part of the world, right?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So I encourage those who are watching, get in there, get your kids in there, and learn learn how to handle life by playing chess. That is so wonderful. So tell me, what's the big picture? In Leading Lights, we learned about the fact that God has given us all these things. It puts us in spheres of influence so that we can spread His glory, His message everywhere. What's your big picture for these ideas of chess in the slums and all that?
Yeah, the big picture is to have chess program in all of our schools in Africa. Now, how would that be done? You have to be in a smaller bit. Now, the whole idea also is to ensure that we eradicate poverty in Africa through chess.
Wow.
How would that be? Yeah. How would
I
that be
wanted
done?
to ask you that. How is that possible? How can
Yeah,
we
the thing
eradicate poverty through chess?
you can eradicate poverty through chess with the mind.
Mm,
Once the mind is liberated,
mm,
the person is you've taken poverty out. So
mm.
poverty
Because
is in the
poverty
mind.
is a mental thing.
It's a
Yeah,
mental thing, is in the mind. So once you
yeah.
change the mind,
Mm,
okay, once you change the mind, when you see someone who has been failing, and you just all of a sudden you just saw him succeeding, or you
mm,
see him succeeding,
mm,
something has happened to the mind.
mm.
Something has happened to the mind. He has probably been reading books, been getting information, been learning new things. Something has happened to the mind. So it's
Yeah.
about the mind. So the only way we can get that done in Africa is to ensure that we change the mind of the next generation. Once they know who they are and what they can do, the
Mm,
abilities they have in God,
mm,
that is the process. That is the beginning of the breakthrough.
mhm,
But if
mm,
you give them okay, they are failing the problem. They don't need aid. What they need is information.
mm,
What they need is skill to know that if I understand this thing, I could also start my own program, employ people in my own small space.
mhm,
The next person do that also.
mm,
So we're reducing unemployment.
mm,
Poverty is leaving.
mm,
So entrepreneurship will grow.
mm,
There will be
mm,
some different value chain. The
mhm,
chessboard, for instance, we import them from China. So
mm,
if it's something that is now being taken seriously in Africa, we will have the factories here
mhm,
where we have people who are going to employ in that factory, in
mm.
those factories.
Yeah.
And those people, those same people where they produce the board in China will come to Africa to settle. They will
Mm,
pay tax to government.
yeah. Mhm,
Because why? They'll be forced to come because chess is now big in
yeah.
Africa. So there's no need to waste time for us to be ordering it anymore. They'll
Mm,
make it readily available for us. So
yeah.
what then that will now do, you have people who are going to be distributors of this thing.
Mm,
They can't do it all by themselves. They will
yeah.
employ people to be able to
Mm,
distribute the materials across.
yeah.
So you have small shops, people owning shops,
Mm,
selling chessboards
mm, mm,
to earn a living.
yeah.
So it's not rocket science. It's
Mm,
just how we break it down.
mm,
Just make the people understand the game,
mm,
ensure they know the game. Everybody knows about it. Have it in the schools. They will have the factory here.
mm.
You
But
understand? And they
mhm,
will employ our people.
mm,
They will
mm,
be able to earn a living to get something to eat and feed their families. So
mhm.
that way they are reducing the poverty.
Yeah. Powerful.
So
Mm,
so it's not, oh, when we teach them chess to start eating it. No,
mm,
change their mind first. Make
yeah.
chess a program in our schools.
Yeah.
So when it's all over Africa that most of the schools in Africa are doing chess as a subject or as a program in their schools, they will be forced to say, this thing is already big in Africa. Let's reproduce the board. Let's go
Yeah.
and set up in these African countries.
Yeah.
They will come, set up their factories. They will
Mm,
pay tax to government.
mhm.
They
Yeah.
will employ our people.
Mm.
Okay.
And
So
you
we
know,
cannot,
and then even African entrepreneurs can do the same things too. They can
yes,
set up and employ, and export. Yeah.
sports.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can then now break chess to three basic category that are breaking it to. So you can break it as academics,
Mm-hmm.
social economy, and
Mm.
sports,
Yeah. Mm.
where we start having grandmasters from Africa competing and representing Africa globally
Yeah.
because we now have it in our schools. So at
Yeah.
the age of 4,
Mm.
that child is already exposed to chess
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
already. So when it gets to 10,
Yeah.
15,
Mm-hmm.
you know what that child will have become. So
Yeah.
you now have creative minds who will be able to provide solutions to Africa's problems.
Mm.
These
Very
things
good.
are it's just programming.
Yeah.
So in the next 30 years,
Mm.
40 years, Africa will be free from this thing.
Mm.
The same thing you can also not only chess, you can also do the same with IT.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Make it mandatory.
Mm.
So that way, Africa will just take the lead.
Mm-hmm.
It's just simple.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you are really, in there. Your main goal is the mental revolution in Africa.
Yes.
You're just using chess as one of the tools, but you also
Yeah.
have other tools. But your main goal is to
Yeah.
just change the mindset of people all over Africa.
That's just it. Once
Mm.
we can get it right, and
Yeah.
where we can get it right is not in the universities,
Mm.
it's in the primary school.
Yeah. The
In the
earlier you
primary
get them, the
school,
better. Yeah.
in primary school, once the child is formed
Mm-hmm.
from 4 to 10,
Yeah.
4 to 12,
Mm-hmm.
15,
Yeah.
what do you want to tell him? The child is skillful, is exposed,
Yeah.
the mind is renewed.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that he can create, he can build something,
Yeah.
and you have the environment for it to thrive. Now, the United Nations have stipulated that in 2040,
Mm.
the skilled work you will have, even in government, in private sector, people that will do those jobs will
Mm-hmm.
be people who are in the primary school now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the big question is, what kind of education Africa will give to those children?
Mm-hmm. Wow. So how can people support, link up, partner with what you are doing now? People that are watching.
Okay, they can follow me, they can reach me out, they can reach out to me
Mm.
on my Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, my
And that's
phone
what
number
that's at what's
KB
mhm.
KB Impact at KB Impact.
Okay.
My Instagram KB Impact, my LinkedIn Ahmed Kabir, and
Mm-hmm.
of course my email teamwork at gmail.com.
Okay.
Then my phone number, I can give that also.
They
You
can reach
can
out
look
to
up.
they can reach out to your email and your Instagram. Those
Yes.
link up with him. Just send him a direct message, follow him on Instagram, or send him an email at teamwork at gmail. That's so simple.
Yeah.
You know, teamwork at gmail. How did you get that Gmail? That's the hard one to get. You got it early. You got it early when email was still.
But the thing is when when I started the whole
Mm.
movement, the whole initiative about the church thing.
Yeah.
So I have a team, a very solid team that I work with. And I needed a unique email for us.
Mm.
So I just said, teamwork. Let's get that first. So anybody
Mm.
that sees that will know that there's
Yeah.
something you just like what you just said that it's just there's
Mm-hmm.
there's there's something that it just strikes
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
will make you look at the email again and say, what's this?
Yeah.
So that's
So
my email.
yeah.
Teamwork 7,000. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Teamwork
Okay. Teamwork 7,000. Okay. Let's
at
let's
Gmail.
correct that. Yeah. Okay. So teamwork 7,000 at Gmail. Okay. Good. And then you can also reach him on his Instagram and
Yeah.
at KB Impact and
Yeah.
in touch with him. So what if people reach out to you, what do you hope to be able to do with them? Let's say somebody's in another part of Africa or even in the diaspora, people in America and all that, they're just interested in what you do. How can they collaborate with you?
Yeah. It's so simple. Like all of the things I've shared, and seeing the bigger picture for Africa as a whole, then we will just take it from there. Because one of the things I believe in partnership and collaboration is just having the same people, wanting to achieve the same thing. You
Mm,
understand? It's not about interest now, what you will get. Okay, this is what we want to achieve. This is
mhm,
how we're going to achieve it. Okay, so what I'm just looking out for, we're going to put out all the things we want to do,
mhm,
and they look at it. It's okay. We want to empower this certain set of children in Africa. Okay, can you reach out to children in XYZ countries for us? And we already have the capacity to do all of that. Our goal is to take the entire continent to restructure or just put things in place in this whole country, this continent in Africa, that our concern is the next generation, is those in primary school.
Yeah.
Those in primary school, if we really want to get Africa out of this mess that we found ourselves, those in primary school, we will find them.
And these are some of the pictures of your what you do, chessinslums.com.
Yeah.
People can also visit, chessinslums.com. They do is a non-profit, poor children education, help people with water, green energy. And then these are some pictures of some of the things they are doing with kids, teaching them about, teaching them life skills with chess. This is really beautiful. It's a non-profit. This is a non-profit that people can donate to. They can partner with, and your goal is to expand this beyond Nigeria, to other parts of the world too. So anybody that can assist, that can partner in that will be very helpful.
Yeah.
All right. So this is amazing. This is amazing. Great job that you are doing. Very creative and making great impact. So I wanted you, before we go to my last question for you, I wanted you to just talk about some of the impact that you have seen in doing this in the slum. You are in how many places in Nigeria now? And then, what is? Yeah, just give us some anecdotes, some stories of when you were doing it and the impact that you had. Okay, looks like you are stuck a little bit. Hello. Okay, so we're experiencing
in the corridor. There's a slum community.
Yeah, we're experiencing some connection issue, but Ahmed will be back. Okay, you're back. Good. Yes. Yes, go ahead.
So what was the question again?
I was talking about I said the impact. Tell us just some stories of the impact of this initiative,
Okay, there's where we started. The slum community we first want to is, in fact, is in Ikorodu in Lagos, basically in Lagos. Majidu in Lagos, precisely. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly. We can see you and hear you clearly. We can hear you.
Okay, so Majidu in Ikorodu, precisely. So the day we even launched it, we have Ruby. I invited Ruby. Ruby came, and all of that. So there's this particular girl called Basira. This girl I haven't seen chessboard in her life. She's about 6. They are just they are from a humble home and all of that. So what we're able to do, we introduced chess to her, and then she hasn't been to school at all. So we were able to use chess to get people, who were interested in her, and then we had to get her.
Okay, we are experiencing some connection issues. Hopefully, we'll be able to get him back so that we can conclude with the last question that I have for him. So we'll watch for that. But I have been, while we are waiting for Ahmed to come back, for the final question, I've been talking with Ahmed Kabir. He's the founder of Chess in Slums for Africa, and also Ideas Hub. We met during the Leading Lights training in Lagos. He participated in the Leading Lights training, and we've been in touch, and he's been doing some amazing stuff that I just felt that he had to share, what was going on. So yeah, we got you back.
Yes, I'm sure it's the internet. So I'm just trying to share a story a story of a particular girl named Basira.
Mm-hmm.
She's about 6 when we met her. Just a little girl. If you check the website, you will have seen her, a small girl, humble background.
Okay.
She haven't seen his chessboard before. Okay,
Mm.
so what we did, we started teaching her chess, exposing her to tournaments, just like that. So we're able to get people that were able to send her to school. So we're able to get her, put her in school. She haven't been to school before. So
Wow.
today she's in that school where she is. She's one of the best chess player. Can you hear
Wow.
me?
I can hear you clearly. Clearly.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we're able to get her, put her in school, and then she's
Mhm.
learning to write. I can't really read and write before. So through the program, we've been able to get her admission into school. And there's some more other guy also, the same thing.
Mm. All right. We're having some tech issues in the final part of this interview. So just pray that we're able to conclude this thing, that things just work out perfectly. Some connections. We're having a transatlantic conversation. So yeah, Ahmed, you're back. So let's come. I think the internet is messing up. So you were talking about the impact, and I had one question. Maybe you can just one last question for you. Maybe you can just add it to what you are saying. Um, Tell us just very quickly some principles that you build your life on that can encourage or inspire those who are listening to you now. Like some of the principles of life, that you got from God's word or that you have learned that success in life, your own success in life, your journey has been built upon. So if you can just do that quickly. That'll be my last question. Okay. Are you there?
Yes, I have.
All right, so let's do this. Did you hear my question?
Okay, the last question. No.
Okay, so I said that could you just share with us some principles, two, three principles that you have learned that your life is built on, that people can learn, like all these things you are talking about, rising up, doing the things you do, leading your company, expanding this mission, to different parts of Nigeria. What are some things that you have learned that, people that are watching can learn from?
Okay, one of the key thing, number one is trusting in God,
Mm,
putting God first, like believing in God, having a personal relationship with God. That's number one. The second one is having the right relationships.
mm,
Never look down on anybody.
mm,
Okay. Then, of course, the power of association
mm,
and your words, your
mm,
words, your
mm,
words. The word that comes out from your mouth are very powerful.
mm,
Okay, whatever you say to yourself, whatever you believe, your thought system must be guided.
mm,
Very important, because reality will stare at you for you to believe that you can't really achieve these things.
mm,
All right, but when you allow what you see on the outside,
mm,
to make you feel you cannot actually achieve those things, that's the beginning of problems for you.
mm,
Okay, you have to believe that you can do this thing, because the way we have created, the human spirit is capable of achieving anything that it gives attention to, and it takes focus.
yeah.
Okay,
Mhm,
so, and you need people. You pray for God to bring the right relationship to you,
mhm,
because there are certain informations that
mhm.
you need to get to the next level. Somebody is with someone.
Yeah.
So you don't need all these, doesn't need this 7 days fasting and prayer, okay everywhere. No, not that is not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But the basic principles to achieving greatness in life is about people having the right relationship in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because whatever you want to do today, there's somebody, one who have done it before,
Yeah.
or who knows somebody who have done it before,
Yeah.
all right, or who have that information that you need to
Yeah.
doing that thing you want to do.
Yeah.
Because most people, because there's a difference between arrogance and perseverance.
Mm,
You know,
mm,
there's a huge difference between that, because some people, they are used to getting things done. While they were in school, everybody come to them to ask them questions. They are
mm,
the ones that are leading in class. They do things on their own. They believe in their intelligence. They know that I've never asked anybody for anything. I'm always coming first in class. And
mm,
they carry that same attitude to life,
mhm, mhm,
thinking that they are doing something, they are doing it, they are failing. They don't want to have ask questions because they know that they are not used to asking people. They
mm.
know that I'm the one they're always coming to ask. I don't ask anybody for anything. I believe in my intelligence. I know this thing. That is arrogant.
Mm,
The
mm,
perseverance is you do it first time, you miss it. You do what we call understanding the education of the road,
mm.
asking people who have done it before.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is perseverance.
Mhm,
Not you feel you know it.
mm.
You're just going to waste your time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what you find in most people, because while in school, they're always coming to ask them questions. They
Mm,
are the top in class. So they
yeah.
carry that same attitude to life
Mhm,
and they are struggling.
yeah. Wow. Very, very good. Very powerful. Very, very powerful. Very powerful. Looks like we lost your video, but those principles that you shared, they are really powerful principles, and I believe that our audience, you guys, you've been blessed by Ahmed's story. You've been blessed by what he just shared right now. Started as a Muslim, met Christ. God gave him a gift, the gift of ideas, just ideas coming, being a problem solver, being innovative and creative, and then his love for chess and mental revolution, mental change, mind change, all those things combined together with his faith. And then his discovery of purpose, being able to bring all those things together, doing the Leading Lights training in Lagos. All that just came together, and Ahmed is on the move right now to transform Africa, to change the minds of people in Africa for his empowerment. And that's an illustration of what we teach in the Leading Lights training, that everybody has been called to a particular sphere of influence. You've been called to a particular sphere of influence, and you are meant to shine as a light there. And that's what the Light 360 is about. It's about identifying these people who are doing that in their capacities and sharing their stories. So I believe that you all have been blessed today by the story of Ahmed. I just want to encourage you as I round up now. Please, whatever idea, whatever dream, direction that God has given you, please don't play with it. Don't joke with it. Don't joke with it. Little hinges, they swing great doors. It is the little acorns that become the mighty oak tree. Greatness always starts from little. The only thing that starts from the top is when you are digging a grave. Everything starts from the bottom. And the way God begins his work in your life on the earth is by dropping an idea, a vision in your heart. We all know about Joseph. He was a young man, and God dropped a vision in his life. And that vision drove his life until he became a savior to the world. So, what vision has God given you now? What idea has God given you now? Don't play with it. Don't joke with it. Get get before God. Take some steps, no matter how little. Connect with people, because as God gives ideas to you, He also brings around opportunities around you on how you can develop those ideas. So go ahead and just begin to work out those ideas, and you'll be surprised at what God can do. Look at the story of Bashira that he was sharing. a lady that's a child that has never gone to church. Sorry, that never gone to school, didn't know how to read. But then, because of his own obedience, went to the slum, took the chest thing in there. The girl got scholarships, and she's now able to go to school. And that's just one of the, one of the many examples of people that have been impacted through his own obedience to God and following after that vision. So I want to encourage you to do that. When we all do that, light will be everywhere, 360 degrees. Everywhere you turn, the light of Jesus Christ will be shining. So walk in your purpose. Don't look down on yourself. Don't let anybody look down on you. You have great worth. You have a calling from God, and that calling is important. It is not inferior to that of anyone. It's complementary to that of everyone. Find your place, stay in it, walk in it, and keep on making a difference. Be a blessing to your world. So with that, I want to thank Ahmed, even though we've lost his feed from Nigeria, but I want to thank him for joining us today and for taking the time to share his story. Ahmed, when you see this, love from us. I love you, believe in you. Say hello to Toyosi, your wife, and to Jesse, your new son. I'm looking forward to meeting them. And God continues to bless Ideas Hub and continues to bless Chess in the slums also, so that the purpose of God for those organizations can be fulfilled. So with that, audience, thank you so much for joining us today. This is how we're going to be signing up for this week. We'll be back again next week, Tuesday, with some new set of people. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week on the Light 360 broadcast. The stories are not going to end. The stories just continue. Every one of us will have a story. And in Light 360, every story has a meaning. Every story is accepted. Every story, can be used by God to bless people and to glorify His name. So bye-bye, everyone. I will see you again next week.